All right, this is from the Factory of Sadness website. 3 big winners from the Browns OTAs heading into minicamp. Perrion Winfrey, defensive tackle. Kicker, Cade York. So 2 of the draft picks, 2 of the highly acclaimed draft picks. And then Amari Cooper, the aforementioned wide receiver. When you look at it, Perrion Winfrey is going to have every opportunity to earn some snaps. And Cade York, if he does what people think he is, he will be the next Phil Dawson.
I think he can be that and then some at this point. You know, again, you've seen the distance on some of the kicks that I know that everybody loves seeing the tweets, you know, more so than even the Browns quarterback competitions. I always just end up seeing people loving the kicker updates that we constantly see. But the fact that they went ahead, they selected Cade York, and they essentially, well, and not essentially, they cut the rest of the kicker room at that point, you know, shows the belief that they have in Cade York. So I think that he's somebody who can pretty much be an easy standout for the Browns at this point. And then you mentioned with Perrion Winfrey, you know, Winfrey is somebody who, again, is in that defensive tackle room. And, you know, I think that there's an easy opportunity for him to make a name for himself and really stand out because, again, I think he showed it a little bit during the Senior Bowl, but is more comfortable at that 3 technique spot. And I think that for the Browns, you know, while they might not necessarily have a true nose tackle, I do think that they're going to give enough snaps at the 3 technique spot for Perrion Winfrey for him to be able to, you know, really stand out and really showcase the skills that he was able to show down in Mobile.
Yeah, and, you know, the thing about Winfrey is he wasn't really complaining about it, but he was misused. The way he was used in college did not play to his strengths. That's a better way to put it. And the Browns plan on playing to his strengths.
Yeah, and that's why I think that you heard Perrion Winfrey say that Joe Woods knows what he's talking about and knows what he's doing on defense. Because, again, he can see that strength and he can see where these guys are best utilized and put them in the positions to not only succeed but also thrive in those spots.
The other one is Amari Cooper. And, you know, the way Kevin Stefanski wants to run this offense, a guy like Cooper fits much more so than probably even Odell Beckham Jr. And I'm not saying he's, you know, a flashier or more talented receiver. I think he's a better fit for this offense than Odell Beckham Jr. was.
Yeah, and I completely agree because the one thing that we've constantly heard about Amari Cooper time and time again is the emphasis on separation. And while, yes, Odell could separate, you know, Odell a lot of times would maybe freelance a little bit. Amari Cooper has been called one of the best route runners in the NFL at this point. So I look at Amari Cooper, and I think that him coming into Cleveland, is he the #1 that, you know, a lot of people were expecting out of Alabama? I mean, I don't know if he's still that guy at this point, but I do think that he can be somebody who, in Kevin Stefanski's offense, can do exactly what he's looking for and really be able to thrive in that offense, especially because he's somebody who can, you know, kill you in the short game with his route running, but also has enough speed to kill you over the top. So I think that he's somebody who has that kind of versatility on offense that really Kevin Stefanski is really looking for and has the ability to separate and the explosiveness that can really take his game to that next level in this Browns offense.